I bought the cheapest Tesla Model Y that you could buy from Tesla directly, and let me tell you how that went. I did have a bit of an issue. So here I am walking through the vehicle at pickup, and keep in mind this is a 2021 Tesla Model Y, which is secured for $35,500 plus taxes. Now everything seems to look okay here at first inspection, but when I get inside, there's a bit of an issue there with the upper control arms, which you'll hear that squeak here in a little bit. That right there is the main reason I got to bring this back in for service. Cheapest Tesla Model Y that Tesla has had for sale in many months, especially for a dual motor. And I think I know why, because of that squeak. Now, I did order this vehicle sight unseen, and that's just how I like to roll. Just ordered it. I know it's the cheapest. I knew it maybe had some issues, but positive here is 20,000 kilometer warranty after purchase. So this is warranted now to 121,000 kilometers on the basic warranty stuff that's typically included in the 80,000 kilometer warranty when you buy a new Tesla. So let's go test that out. Bringing it to Tesla now, take you along, see if they'll actually fix it. Dropped off the vehicle, and then you just go in the app. It's super simple. Push a couple buttons in there, say that you're there, that it's ready, and then I took an Uber back home. And then you can keep an eye on the progress, if they have the trunk open, whatever. It shows up in the app. You can open it up and kind of spy on them a little bit. No cameras or anything, but you can see what doors are open. And then when it was all complete, I get a notification in the app, as well as an email and a text saying that my vehicle is ready for pickup. So I Ubered myself back there and just, hopped in the car, never talked to anyone in person, and picked up the car. So if you're introverted, super awesome. Drove the car back, of course. Before leaving, I kind of moved some stuff around, drove around the parking lot, around the block, just to make sure it's all good. All was good. Drove it all the way home. Haven't had an issue since. That was on Tuesday. Today is Thursday now, and it's been flawless. Excellent experience with service. I've done service before on a Model 3, which also had an upper control arm squeak, and that was squeaky from factory. So it is a bit of an issue that can come up, and it's really great that it was under warranty. Some of the other issues that this car had, though, very, very minor, but I'm going to walk you through them here. There's a bit of a dent here on the front fender, and then there's a little scratch on the trunk, which we'll get to later. But the best discovery I found here on this car, because I took this car sight unseen, but the entire front is PPF'd. Paint protection film on the front there, as well as the side mirrors on both sides, and then of course the standard paint protection film, which is on like the rear quarter panel, rear of the back door, actually protecting right before the rear tires. So that prevents rock chips and things like that, which Tesla puts on automatically because they know that's a common problem. But yeah, super blessed to get that. Other than those minor things, this car is pretty much flawless for 101,000 kilometers. Now, of course, the upper control arms needed to be replaced, which you saw that there at the beginning of this video, how squeaky it was. That was replaced totally under warranty, which is the benefit of buying through Tesla, is that you get an additional 20,000 kilometer warranty up to 1 year. So 1 year or 20,000 kilometers, whatever comes first. So that is definitely a huge benefit of buying used through Tesla. Now, you do pay a little bit of a premium buying through Tesla directly, but to have that that and be able to do all your warranty work that would have been covered up to 80,000 kilometers, way beyond that, that's a big benefit in my opinion. So even if you bought a car that say shows up used there, has 140,000 kilometers, you buy that, they're going to add that 20,000 kilometer warranty on top. So basically you're getting a car warranted up to 160,000 kilometers. What you could do is get it looked at by a professional third-party source to look through the whole car, figure out what's wearing, what's going to go soon, and then put in a support ticket at Tesla, get all those things taken care of, and basically have a new vehicle that's covered up to 100 and whatever thousand kilometers. Plus you do still have the battery warranty up to the 8-year mark from when it was first purchased, and 192,000 kilometers, at least on the 2021 Tesla Model Y that I purchased. You'll have to take a look at whichever model you're purchasing to see the warranty period. I think that buying used Teslas right now through Tesla's store is the absolute best way, the best route to go in Canada, best value for your money, as opposed to buying a brand new Tesla. The brand new Teslas, they're great, but they are going to drop in value. For example, this one that I purchased, I bought it for $35,500. The cheapest one that I've seen that for a dual motor with only 101,000 kilometers on it that I've seen in like 2-3 months. I have not seen anything cheaper than that. So scooped this up immediately as soon as I saw it. And yeah, so value there at 35,000. This brand new, when it was bought in 2021, would have cost them $69,000 plus the taxes back then. So half price for the vehicle pretty much, and it is at 101,000 kilometers. Got the upper control arms done, battery's in great shape, great range and everything still, and the battery's warranted up to 192,000 kilometers, up to a 70% degradation from what it was when it was first delivered. So if I reach that point, or in I think it was March or May 2029 when the warranty's up after the 8 years, whichever I get to first, the 192,000 kilometers or the 8 years. If there's an issue with the battery before that, I can get that replaced. And I've seen plenty of Teslas at 300,000, 400,000, 250,000 kilometers still on the original battery. Typically by that point you might have to replace one of the drivetrain motors, but that's kind of typical. When you're driving a vehicle for such a long time, you're going to have some mechanical failures, but at least you know, you have the confidence that the battery should be good. Now don't quote me on that, because of course there are Teslas that do have issues, especially earlier 2013, 2014, 2015 Teslas that have had some battery issues with those early models. Now you can get it repaired and done by certain EV shops. The Tesla's not going to do a repair to the battery. They're going to opt for a full replacement, which could be $10,000-$13,000, something like that. So that is a potential downside, but there's way less components on a Tesla. It's going to last you a long time. And I think if you're looking for a vehicle for the next 3, 4, 5 years, you cannot go wrong buying a used Tesla Model Y or Model 3. Those two cars are super good, super reliable, parts are cheap. Like even these upper control arms, if it wasn't under warranty, I had to replace them. They are like $200-$300 for a pair. So to get that done, plus the labor, maybe would have cost me $500-$600. That's not terrible. Typically when you take any vehicle to the mechanic, it's like a minimum $1,000 bill. So for upper control arms to be that price, like that's good money, good value. And the other thing is you're not going to have brakes, you're not going to have oil changes to have to deal with as often. Well, never an oil change, but brakes, because of the regen braking, you're going to wear out the brakes a lot less. So they're going to last a much longer time. Tires, people say they go through tires a lot faster with electric vehicles. I have not noticed the case with my Model 3 and Model Y. The Model Y rear wheel drive that I have, which you can see there in the background right there, has 56,000 kilometers on it. Still the original set of tires, and they're in great shape. Now, of course, I've had winter tires on in the winter, so let's call it maybe 40,000 kilometers on those tires. Still, they are in fantastic shape. they should be good for another 40,000 kilometers. So I'm not worried about those. That'll get to 100,000 kilometers plus on that original set of tires, no problem. If you are going to order a Tesla, use the referral link down below and make sure to get some additional full self-driving, maybe some money off depending on what incentives they're offering. Of course, you can order the new Model Y Juniper, Cybertruck, Model X, all those, but I think value for money right now, Model Y used is the best value for the money. Model 3s as well are great if that's all you need as a commuter vehicle, but for me, family man, you can see the car seats back there, I need something with a bit more space, especially as we take our Model Y down to Florida at least once a year. So we need that for road trip ability, fill this vehicle up, drive down, and have a seamless charging experience. If you want to learn more about how the charging experience through the States and Canada and all that goes, there's many other videos here on the channel. Check it out, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.